doesn't it?
You're talking shit
Can't.
about my connection?
Well, we can't use your data, so like now I'm just on my data. But look, we got a lot more camera space over here too. I don't know if it's better to have my phone on the side over here or what. But we'll see. We'll see if people get the message. I can't tag all the Facebook people.
Well, we'll just talk to ourselves.
Yes. Mm. All right.
So what were we even talking about?
I barely got started talking. Okay, we got a bunch of people getting in there now. Okay, hopefully we found the Stay the Fucking Home Show people. We're coming to you live through YouTube this time. We've been doing the Stay the Fucking Home Show since around Easter last year, and
On Easter
last year. We typically do it through Facebook, but I had Christian Day on the show one day, and he apparently said something so offensive that I got banned from being live for like another 19 days. So we had some technical difficulties doing it through Marta's phone, and now we're doing it through YouTube. So you YouTube people are going to get to see it too. It'll be archived here forever. So, if you're in there, say stuff. I want to see if we got our viewers. We had serious internet connections problems, so we jumped over here. So hopefully some of you Stay the Fucking Home Show people came over here. So far, I am not seeing a goddamn thing.
I keep getting this when I try to do the.
I know that was one of the happened to me. Okay, I can't rotate my phone.
Oh, God.
There's Nicole Berkeley. Hello. Well, hopefully this Stay the Fucking Home Show
This day
crew,
fucking sucks
yes.
already.
Well, at least you got an appointment to get your vaccine.
And you know how the vaccine is supposed to be free, or you can give them your insurance, or if you don't have insurance, it's still free. This pharmacy here is charging for it. It's not a lot of money. It's $11. Like that, it's not gonna like break the bank or anything, and it's worth it. But just the principle of it, like everywhere you go, it's free. I was watching CNN and they were talking, and they're like, yeah, it's free for everybody. So are these people just pocketing it or what?
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess we talk about magic if that's what you talk about. We talk about whatever people talk about on the Stay the Fucking Home Show. We've been doing it for almost a year, just kind of being socializing with people without while social distancing, and we've developed like a whole crew of regulars, and we had technical difficulties pulling it off on Facebook today. So instead, I went live on YouTube and posted the link on Facebook. So hopefully the Stay the Fucking Home Show people get the message. So let's see, and the comments kind of go away. Let me see them again. I haven't gone live on YouTube. I forgot how to do it.
You
It's
guys,
been so long.
don't comment to each other because it's a waste of time.
Oh, there they are. Hi, Uncle Birch. Are we teaching magic too or nah? Yeah, well, whatever you got. Oh, James. I know who you are. Hello,
I mean,
Rebecca.
we can, but the sort of the purpose of the show is just, everybody's locked down and we're staying the fuck at home and just kind of talk about stuff.
Got 26 inches of snow in Denver. Oh my God.
I heard they canceled like many flights because of that.
I heard that too. Hey, Uncle Birch, long time no see. Well, hey, maybe we'll do this more often because we get different people and stuff. This is something we've been doing every day, 6 days a week. We did it for 7 days a week for a while there on
And then
Facebook
we finally
every day.
started taking Wednesdays off.
Yeah, because of the podcast. Oh my God, a bunch of people. What's up with the Sacred Grove? Just announced our partnership with the Lovers Hermetic Supply. So one of my students who I was very impressed with his work, we have allied our stores. So the Sacred Grove and the Lovers Hermetic Supply are one. So people have been waiting for a while for me to get the store back online, and that's how I chose to do it.
Cool.
Yeah. So when I'm not making this stuff, you know that the people making this stuff are doing it right because they're my students, and my students are the best students. Woohoo!
We were gonna go to breakfast today. There's a place just like a block away that has outdoor seating and all that. And he brought it up to go today, but it's like I'm so close to getting the vaccine. Why would I fuck it up now?
Yeah.
So we're not going anywhere until we're totally vaccinated.
How do you put up with people asking repetitive magical questions? I have.
That's what happens on
10,
TikTok.
Then it's exhausting. Yeah, TikTok or when I go live here. They become canned answers. It's like, somebody, what's your best advice for a witch just starting out? Fire safety, fire safety, fire safety.
Right.
So for the longest time, I wouldn't repeat myself, but then I recognized, watching politics happen, talking points are what gets the message across.
When I was editing Lilith's book,
Mm-hmm.
and she got a section on candle magic and stuff, and every single spell she said, no, do not leave candle in, like every time. So I contacted her. I'm like, do we need this after every single entry if you already had it at the top?
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I'd rather leave it. And I'm like, okay.
That's a little bit. I mean, you got to cover your ass. But unless I specifically tell somebody, leave a candle burning unattended. I have no liability there. I sell you a candle. You don't know how to use the candle.
Yeah.
I don't think you can sue me, but there's people.
But
really
I mean,
cover
I
their ass.
personally would have done, because she's got like in that chapter like some introductory words, and she should have put up there, note, never leave a candle untended, and then talk about all the spells. I mean, personally, I would have done it like that.
Personally.
And I probably should have. I mean, I am the editor. I don't know what I was thinking, but that's what I'm doing next time.
What were you thinking?
What was I thinking?
I don't know.
Letting the writer decide?
I don't know.
Be right back.
Well, hopefully we got the attention of the Stay the Fucking Home Show people. Over there on Facebook, we couldn't make it happen. I'm banned from going live on Facebook for another, I think, 18 days because of something Christian Day did on my show. Oh God, I don't want you to see all the debris back there. We still have some hurricane debris in the yard I'm slowly dealing with. So, different crowd over here. And so right now, Nicole, we're going through the Lovers Hermetic Supply URL. But we're also setting it up. I just need to buy a new domain for mine and link it to that, and then I'll be plugging that. We got 16 people in there. All right, well, hopefully the Stay the Fucking Home Show people got the message. We've been.
I've been staying home too long. I got a gut now.
We've been doing the show through Marta's phone and then tagging me so it shows up on my Facebook page. But
My phone sucks.
Our internet sucks today, but I have the unlimited data, so I can go off of my cell if I need to. So then we switched to my phones. Came up with this grand idea, which, in reality, this is going to be a good test because we've been working on this social media app for witches, or, geared towards witches and magic users and that kind of stuff, with an actual living admin team that's going to do their job, and hopefully it'll be devoid of all of the problems we have with all of the other social media that we're all on.
Oh, was that my cigarette you took?
Well, it was being neglected. Do you want one?
You don't get to decide what I do with it.
I never gave you that cigarette. It was just sitting there, and so I smoked it.
Asshole.
And one of the ways when we start our app, until we're making enough money to pay for a bunch of bandwidth and storage space on iTunes and Google Play and all that kind of stuff, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to have like a private link to a live on YouTube. Maybe sometimes we'll do it publicly just to raise some attention and stuff, and then post it on the app. So this is kind of how we're going to have to do it when we first start out to do lives and stuff on our app. And I'm going to be teaching classes over there that I only teach over there. Going to be doing lives over there that I only do over there. Once we launch, and the rinky-dink way we're going to have to do it is through YouTube. So this is a good test, actually.
When are you gonna stop taking the filters off of your cigarettes?
I know. It's such a fucking,
don't-
it's a habit.
Well, you need to stop. Unless you want our son to not have a dad, and that's your choice.
Let's see what we have here. Candles. I like 6. Always be attentive. Yeah, and just, yeah, never leave a candle burning unattended. I mean, I'll stress the fire safety. It's like, don't have a flammable altar. Don't have flammable stuff on your altars. Our altar is a marble table. I sell altar cloths, and I do not use altar cloths. You get some oils on them, you get some wax on them, and then you get an ember on them, and you've got a big candle wick on your altar. Hello, Charity. We had technical difficulties on Facebook and decided to do it this other way, but it seems like the State of Fuck at Home show people are popping in here. Some of them have different names on YouTube. Hello, just figure this out, Lavola. Hello.
My phone sucks.
Yeah, we.
Was Lavola here earlier when we were talking about the vaccine?
I think we only we barely started the
Yeah.
show. Had maybe 5 people in there when the internet got possessed by
Yeah.
demons.
So just to catch people up, I already had an appointment for this Friday, but it's like all the way on the other side of town. We've never been there. My tags are expired. Mojo would throw up in the car, like all this other shit. So I called the pharmacy next to us. I started calling right at 9 when they opened, and it was busy, and I just kept redialing, busy. I gave up at that point. Did some other stuff on my phone, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna try again, and they picked up. So it's on Thursday. So it's only a 1-day difference, but I'd rather just go here because it's 2 blocks away. We don't have to drive looking around for it. You know, Mojo's throwing up. My tags are expired. Like, I don't need that extra.
Nobody got time for that.
Nobody got time for that. So I'm just going to go here. And then after I get the jab, then I can call the place in New Orleans East and 311 and cancel the 2 future appointments that I have.
Well, so I guess for 19, 18 more days or so, we're gonna do the Stay the Fucking Home show this way. Maybe we'll keep doing it this way if we like the YouTube
Your screen
people.
looks nicer than mine did. Like, does mine just, is it like smaller?
It's
You're like full
much.
screen.
It's bigger than Facebook, and it actually looks better quality.
Oh, is it because, okay, I thought it was just because of your phone.
No.
Okay.
I mean, my phone's a little bigger, but no. We have I think it's screen like cut off
Yeah.
like right around here or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
It's very different over here on YouTube. So we'll probably be doing it this way. So you tune in 6 days a week,
And
noon Central Time.
So
Except
on that note, so we don't have a show on Wednesdays, but this Thursday, we're either not going to have a show or we're going to start late because my vaccine appointment is right at noon. If it goes smoothly and it's right here, like we might be able to start at, half an hour late. So we might do a show, but it definitely won't be at noon. Unless you want to do it while you're waiting for me.
Hey, Uncle Birch, I'm in your current which school class, and I can't find your video on your channel. You mentioned about the pentagram method. It is called the Big A Pentagram Method. It's here on YouTube, and God, it's got thousands and thousands and thousands of hits. It's got to be 7 years old, maybe older than that. But if you ever had a problem getting the elemental pentagrams down in the proper way of tracing each one in a quarter, you watch that video and you will never forget it again. that particular method really seems to work for people.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely works for me, but you had a couple of stragglers who like still continued not to get it.
I know.
But that was a few people. Most of
Well,
us got it.
the big A pentagram method works until you get to spic pentagrams, and then it screws the whole concept up.
Yeah, but for the elements,
who's
you
doing
use
that?
that one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anybody draw pentagram for spirit.
Yeah, it's more ceremonial magic kind of thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Charity's not eligible here yet. Happy to see you here. I've been listening to you for years. Hello, Jessica. Yeah, we've been doing this thing for almost a year now. 6 days a week, just hanging out with people, and the groups become really tight. We even like bailed
We
somebody
had
out of jail
last
once.
yeah we bailed somebody out of jail last Saturday. This past Saturday we had a Zoom party, and a bunch of our viewers showed up, and other people I didn't even know. So that was cool.
And I'm thinking about doing it again. We're gonna do it Saturday night.
Sure.
So we had at WitchCon, which was 2 weekends ago, I think.
I think so.
It was epic online event. You could still get WitchCon, but you don't get the live experience. And one of the funnest things about it was this Zoom virtual meet and greet where we were like hanging out with witches all over the world and drinking together. And we had so much fun that I paid for Zoom and set one of those up. So this Saturday night around 8 Central Time, we're going to do it again. I'll post the link on all of my Facebook pages, on my Uncle Birch page, all over the place. And so we're going to do it again, y'all. Some of you missed it.
And we have merch.
That's some of our merch from the State of Fucking Home show. Yes, we got coffee mugs and t-shirts and tote bags and tank tops and hoodies and yes.
I'd like to find a place that'll make shot glasses.
I've never seen anyone talk witchcraft like you guys. Yeah, well, I guess that's my claim to fame. Like I tell people, it's like, people say really nice stuff. I really haven't had much trolls. I think I've kicked 3 people off my YouTube channel in like 11, 12 years I've been doing the thing.
Yeah, you don't really get heckled.
Even like TikTok, I don't know, I've been very fortunate. But sometimes people say things that are too nice and call me like, wise beyond my years and blah, 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 blah. And really, in reality, I just have a very good long memory with regard to magic. And I've been around so long that I remember a lot of shit that everybody forgot that everybody once knew back in my day.
It's just not being taught anymore.
Yeah, it's just not being taught
reason.
anymore. So I come out here and talk about shit, people have never heard of before. But most of that stuff was, rather common in my day. Like the one that's really blown people away in the last couple of years is when you banish, you must invoke. People are blown away by that. Everybody knew that. Everybody knew that when I was a kid. And I think there's still practitioners that know that to this day, but if they tell their clients that, then the client's not going to keep coming back to get work done. Let's see, we don't agree politically, but I know magic is beyond that. Yes. Well, as I've said for the last 4 years,
Here we go.
The last 4
Here we go again.
The last 4 years has had nothing to do with politics. It was a fight for common human decency and the rule of law. And respect for your fellow mankind kind of thing. There was nothing political about it. Lori Brundage commented on my link. Okay. Seems like a lot of the State of Fucking Home show regulars are getting it. Sorry to get you started. It's okay. I said what I had to say.
Did you tell them to go to, I don't even know what they have to do to log on here, but is it on your page?
Yeah, I put a link on my Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
And they just click that and it bumps them over to YouTube.
Okay.
I tell my kids, if they want the real deal, not the rhetoric version, to find Uncle Birch. Right on. Well, thank you. What's your views on Icelandic runes? Dave's just curious. Because of my most recent one, I had to use a fox pelt. I think I know which Icelandic rune you're talking about. I think they look really good on a staff. What about the opposite? When you invoke, you must banish. Well, yeah, that's a good one too. Uh, Mom had a way of making the lessons stick. She said if you leave a circle and the quarters lying around, they decay to their most base and negative form. So let's say you left Earth sitting around. You left the elements, the elementals, the watchers, just sitting there, and they decayed to their most negative form, which would be poverty, disease, misery, this kind of thing. Then you go around to all the other elements and think, oh, what's the most negative manifestation of that particular quarter? That's what happens if you don't banish after you invoke. so, so yes.
And you always give them the option to stay. Like, you don't say, like, get the fuck out now. Like, if they want to stay, they can.
Well,
but you're giving license that, like, go.
Elements and elementals, no, you go. Watchers, you don't tell a watcher what to do. But we have control over the elemental forces. You don't like leave the water on in the sink. You don't throw dirt on your floor. You don't let the fire burning unattended, etc. So those parts of the quarters, I tell them to stay. I tell them to go. I'm polite about it, but I do have command over those things. But then the watchers are just beyond that. You don't tell them a damn thing. They come when they're called. They leave when they're bored.
Can I ask what happens in my dreams? Voices saying random things.
I teach my kids right away in the first class. One of the things they need in addition to a magical notebook, a book to become a book of shadows, a book to become a grimoire, a dream notebook. You need to start trying to write your dreams down. It won't work at first, but there are spirit guides and things communicating in our dreams, especially when we get on a path of studying magic. And they've been trying to communicate with you this whole time, and they have this complex language of symbols that they're using in your subconscious. And what was I answering? You start trying to write it down, and those forces see you trying to figure it out, and they meet you halfway. They start to seek in ways that you'll understand more as you go. It is my hope for my students that we eventually learn the secret language of our subconscious, and then we can use it to communicate backwards. We can send messages over to that subconscious to make stuff happen because we've learned that symbolic language that our mind is speaking in. To learn your internal dialogue. You can't use dream journal or other people's dream books, dream interpretation. Only you are ever going to be able to interpret the meaning of most of the symbols in your dreams.
Yep.
I hate how it fades off. What kind of thing do you use for unwelcome entities in your dreams? Just trying to limit ongoing problem. You should have a protection ritual before you go to sleep. I got one over here. It's called I think Psychic Self-Defense Shields Up, and do it long enough like I have. All I got to do is right before I go to sleep, just go shields up. Like, I invoke my inner Jean-Luc Picard, and it just happens. I read tarot, and that is helpful, but not for dreams. Maybe I can incorporate that. And also, maybe you put your tarot cards under your pillow. Sleep on them. Should have been doing that anyways. Everybody knew that once. Hello, good morning, y'all. We're watching Ron Johnson. In the last couple of days, this crazy Republican fool said that he was not concerned about the Capitol rioters because they were American, or they loved America,
and they respect law enforcement,
and would never break any laws. However, had they been Antifa or Black Lives Matter,
he goes, had the election had a different result and Trump lost, then it would have been so much worse because Antifa and Black Lives Matter and blah, blah, blah. Which, first of all, that means he's admitting that Trump lost. which, you know, there's a lot of them still aren't doing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like, so if it's Black Lives Matter, I'll be concerned. But if it's a bunch of white people wanting to take politicians hostage and killing cops, that's not a problem.
Yeah, yeah. Is that Insane Witch King again? Yeah, literally, when I was the woman I call my witch mother, Judith Dufresne, I was trying to wrap my head around the Keys of Solomon. I was kind of getting it, but they speak in this really complex mage speak that nobody speaks like that anymore. And she said, "Well, sleep on it." So I said, "Okay." Come back the next day, I said, I'm still not quite getting it. She says, "So did you sleep on it?" I said, "Yeah, I went to sleep, I woke up, and I still don't get it." She says, "No, my words were clear. Sleep on it. Put the book under your pillow and sleep on it." I went, "Okay, Mom." And fuck if that didn't work. I was still trying to wrap my head around. I mean, I'm a witch. I need to know why it works. I need to know how it works. I need to know how to work it backwards. And I still can't really explain that one. But you sleep on your witch books and they make more sense when you wake up and read them again. I've been slow on homework. It's coming. No worries. You've never heard me harass you about homework. And like I say, homework is more for you than it is for me anyways. And I had students from like 7 years ago that just like 3 students that
All of a sudden,
started turning in homework. I had to go through my old class rolls and figure out who the hell they were. Planetary hours. Can you tell what's the best day and hour is best for legal matters, specifically writing an injustice towards me for some reason? Mercury. Yes, I would say Mercury as well. There's a Mercury day and there's a Mercury hour. You do it on the Mercury day, on the Mercury hour, and it's excellent. Get the moon in conjunction with that sucker, and then you got some serious stuff. Well, this has been interesting so far. Over here on YouTube, we get a different bag. It's more of an Ask Uncle Birch kind of
here
thing.
it's Uncle Birch TV.
It's yes. Kind of weird that the little comments kind of cut off on the edge just a little bit.
Yeah.
But let's see. So there's the Ron Johnson. There was the other guy that brought it up during the COVID relief bill. Black Lives Matter. People want to dismantle.
Oh yeah, they're not into
nuclear
traditional
family.
families,
Yeah, the
and
traditional
it's
family.
like, what?
It's like, really?
Yeah.
So black people don't have babies and get married and stuff.
Yeah.
They're all same-sex marriages, all of them. Makes perfect sense.
Huh. Trump's Crown Jewel Hotel conjures spooky comparisons amid reports of struggle. Business at the Trump International Hotel in Washington hasn't exactly been booming, according to reports. Right on.
Good. There's very few things for addiction, but all the way back to the Romans. The Romans used amethyst, and they literally would put amethyst in their wine to keep them from getting too drunk, so they could drink more.
What?
What?
Okay, this is all just talking about the Grammys and stuff.
The tears of my enemies are a good anointing oil. Yeah, well, Lavola, hopefully you're going to be there Saturday night. We're going to do another Zoom party. I'll post it on all my Facebook pages and stuff. Oh, there's planet stuff. You know, I subscribe to a lot of the normal magical planetary meanings and stuff like that, but then I take it to a realistic level too. There's something that the planets are physically doing. So Jupiter's our bro. Jupiter shields us. Jupiter blocks bad things, in addition to expansion and all the normal things we think of Jupiter. Jupiter's job in the solar system is to absorb a lot of things that would kill us. You know, like comets and asteroids and stuff. It's like if Jupiter wasn't there sucking all these large things into it, we get killed. My online shop, whoever asked, just joined forces with the Lovers Hermetic Supply. So the lovershermeticsupply.com is the URL now.
Is it supply or supplies?
It's supply.
Okay.
But I'm getting ready to buy another URL to link to that, so we'll have one that says Sacred Grove too. But formed an alliance with one of my students because he really absorbed the lesson plan, and found him online doing everything I taught him to do.
He's
perfectly.
also written the theme song for our podcast, Wishins.
Yes. And
And,
Witch Wars.
Yeah. Which is so much better than the original.
Yeah, we have a lot of like military planes fly by us sometimes, so that was one of them. I don't think it was an F-15, but one of them.
Yeah. A lot of, sometimes we see like those badass formations where they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't remember what they look like. Are they just all next to each other or something?
Yeah.
Or how are they doing? Okay, so so a bunch
Well,
of them
sometimes
pass
you'll
by.
do like a V.
Yeah. I think that was a
Fine.
V. And then like a minute later, there was like another straggler, I think, trying to catch up. But and we've got a lot of train sounds, which we love. A lot of the neighbors complain about it, but it's like, don't move here if you don't like train sounds.
Yeah.
Like the train's gonna been here longer than you and will be here longer than you.
So Charity wants to be on Wittershed. So, well, I don't think we have a guest this Wednesday. All you need is Skype. It's not even video. You don't even gotta do your hairs. It's all audio right now. So let's talk about that. See if you're free. Thank you. I was just going to Saturn makes sense too in a way. I always like to look at, what's the planet's function in our universe physically too. That's part of the planet's power. Jupiter is our bro. Think of think of the comets. There in my lifetime, a comet slammed into Jupiter. Christians thought it was a sign from God about something. The military is watching you with their planes and their trains. Yes, well, occasionally a drone flies by too. If it keeps hovering over my backyard, I'm gonna get a pellet gun and shoot the fucker down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They sound kind of scary. I mean,
Yeah.
I know what they are, but it sounds like this like futuristic like spy thing. Like just makes this weird sound. It kind of creeps me out. So I guess I can't like sunbathe naked in the yard.
Yes.
I'm gonna be like, why are there so many drones all of a sudden?
Tools, books of shadows, all that stuff when we move. I wrap mine in silk. I put them in the trunk of the car because they're staying with me. They don't go in the moving truck. So that's basically, but the wrapping in silk, that's kind of important. Well, we get more people here than we do on your typical Stay the Fucking Home show. There's 32 up there, it looks like.
No, that's a timer, honey.
No, right here. See the white on the tree branch?
Oh, that. Okay,
Yeah,
I
you
thought
can
you were
barely
looking
see it
at
because it's like white against the
Yeah.
clouds. But you can see it right
bad
on the tree
coding.
branch.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's like a person a minute.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's do that one. It's so weird that all the comments just go away. Hey, Shelly, you made it. You made it. We were doing our Stay the Fuck at Home show on Facebook like we've been doing for almost a year, and the internet was too fucked up. So, and I'm banned from doing Facebook Live, so that's why you haven't seen an Ask Uncle Birch on Facebook anywhere in a while, because we let Christian Day just talk on our show one day. I don't know. Apparently violated some community standards or some crap. So I'm banned from live for another.
Okay, what were you just
18
rambling
days.
on about? I forgot what I was gonna say.
I was just telling the people about the Stay the Fucking Home. Shelly got in.
No,
You know.
something else. Oh yeah, we're told that when we use my phone, which we've had to do now because he's banned, when we use my phone, there's some sort of noise in the background. Somebody said it's like a high pitched whooshing sound, or somebody said it's like sounds like a static sound. So my phone has problems, so I think it's probably better this way.
Yeah. Just reading the thing. Yeah, I use Skype for all kinds of stuff, and we use Skype on Widdershins for our guests because that's the thing they integrated into the software. Yeah, maybe we'll, once we get a mixing board and stuff, maybe we just like hook a phone line up through that, or there's that digital phone line like Christian did on his show that seems to integrate into all of these things. But right now, Spreaker's only set up for Skype. But we're gonna do a Zoom party again Saturday night. Hang out with witches all over the world.
Yeah, it was fun
Drink
last
together
time.
and stuff. So I'll post that on my Uncle Birch page, the Michael Corell page, Unity of Wicca and Witchcraft. I guess. WitchCon, and all my other pages. We'll just post the link. You click on the link. You get in the Zoom. You hang out.
That's probably why I saw some people there I didn't know.
Yeah, that was probably from posted on WitchCon.
Yeah.
But the Stay the Fuck at Home show people were definitely representing in the Zoom. We were dominating that fucker. Sounds good. Maybe I could check it out.
And we were
Yeah,
all,
check it
it's
out.
funny, and like the people from the show, we all know each other, so we were all talking and stuff, but then there were people who were just like, didn't say anything at
Yeah.
all. Those were probably the people who just, logged in from WitchCon or something like that.
Well, and it
And
was
you're definitely not required to mute yourselves, even though we don't know you.
Yeah.
Like we'd like to get to know you. So please speak.
well, the cool part is that we usually don't see the people from the
Yeah.
Stay the Fucking Home show, and we're running the show. Which I'm sure we gabbed a whole lot on Zoom too, but we weren't responsible for like maintaining the flow.
Mojo,
Mojo
you
is
gotta get out of
bumping into the table
Okay.
and stuff. He's hugging us.
and he can't just walk by. He like deliberately has to step on my feet when he walks by. Moho,
Hello. Sup, dog?
he's ready.
He doesn't accept that he's gotten bigger. I mean, he thinks that he should still be a lap dog.
And he still jumps on our bigger dog.
Pick him up. Come
which
here,
he used to
Mojo.
do when he was a puppy.
Mojo, come here. Come here. Will you just... Oh, now you're going to resist? That way. Say hi. Say hi. The people wanted to see you.
Mojo,
Instead of pick
come
you
on.
up.
Mojo.
Oh,
Mojo.
now he's camera shy?
Yeah.
Really?
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden you're camera shy.
You're camera shy? Why are you camera shy? Why are you camera shy? Cute guy.
All right. Oh my God, he's got bony butt.
He's so bony.
He's so bony. He eats more than the 70-pound dog, but he's
You
got a
can-
lot of greyhound
You
in
can
him.
always see his ribs,
Yeah.
no matter what. Like we even had, like you were walking him, we had some homeless guy tell him to that he needs to feed his dog.
It's like he's very food driven. He'll steal food every chance he gets.
Yep.
But he eats more than the big dog and just doesn't even make a dent because he's like got two different types of greyhound in him and whippet.
Yep.
And I think those are pretty dominant. His head looks a bit pit bullish, which he has that in his DNA.
And
too.
his mom also had the ribs. Like when I saw her nursing all the puppies, I felt sorry for her because
She
she
was.
had these ribs.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, in hindsight,
maybe that's
I
just
thought she
how
was
it-
starving.
yeah, so did I. But maybe because his mom, the greyhound and whippet and all that is on the dad's side. But the mom's side is the one that also has the ribs, so it might be a Catahoula leopard dog thing, which is mostly what he is.
He's a local boy.
Yep. Born and raised in Louisiana.
Hammond.
Hammond.
Born in a barn.
Yeah.
Born in a barn.
We were watching Bar Rescue last night, and they had this restaurant that was in a part of Louisiana called Kenner. It's not that far, but I was looking at it. I was like, that's not New Orleans.
They kept calling
like
it
they
New
kept saying New
Orleans.
Orleans, and like it was like in a strip mall and stuff, and it just,
Yeah.
did not look like New Orleans. And so, but then so we saw that it's actually Kenner, but I guess most people don't really know the difference. Like,
Well, then they revamped the inside because they couldn't do the outside because it was a strip mall, and they made it very New Orleans looking. It was like Louis back in Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
It was a New Orleans themed restaurant.
yeah, but he's not pretending to be in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah, these people, he totally was saying New Orleans.
They're fronting
Yep.
posers.
Yep.
Damn New Orleans posers.
It's probably not that far. I don't think, like, when we went to Hammond to pick Mojo up, Hammond looks on the map like it's further than Kenner, and it took us an hour, which is, by California standards, that's nothing. But, so I wonder how close Kenner is.
Yeah.
I don't know. So,
I do not know.
you do not know.
I do not know.
No.
So different being over here on YouTube. And the tree's not there. For the longest time, there's been a tree right here hanging in the sky.
From the hurricane.
From the one
Today's
hurricane
the last
that hit
day
us.
to file for like hurricane damage for Zeta, but it didn't damage anything. First of all, it's not even our tree. It didn't damage, it fell like right over the fence. It didn't damage the house. Like if it had caused some damage, we could have called our insurance policy. They fix the damage and they take the tree, but it didn't damage anything, and the neighbors aren't responsible because it was a hurricane that did it. So we're just stuck with this tree that we've been like whittling away at, like piecemeal.
A huge pile of sticks here.
Yeah.
We're going to get a fire pit. We got to do that. Should have looked on payday. Yeah. So what else is going on? We had back during, the Trump days, we had so much to talk about every day on the Stay the Fuck at Home show because there was always insane news going on. Why'd you leave the West Coast? Live in San Diego. Because a guy that's been teaching witchcraft his whole life and teaches witchcraft for a living and makes witchcraft products and that kind of thing, should be in New Orleans or Salem, and it's cold in Salem, so fuck that.
Yeah.
And we came to New Orleans for Hexfest a couple years ago, fell in love with the place. That was August.
Yeah.
By November, we were here looking for houses.
And then by January, we were here.
The quickest, easiest, least path of resistance move ever. This town wanted us here.
And well, also aside from him, like we love the culture, we love the people, we love the food. Like neither one of us was ever into brass instruments, but everybody here is so good, and we've got not right now because of COVID, but we had marching bands like practicing, like walking down our street, and it's really good. And here, like in California, if somebody's in a marching band, they're kind of like geeky, maybe not that popular, but here, if you're in a marching band, like that's you're gonna be the most popular person in your school.
Well, that guy Kermit, the king of Treme, plays a trumpet.
Yeah. So
He's the king.
Music, food, culture, people. Like I haven't run into anybody rude. Not like we go out much, but still, even when you're calling on the phone to like make an appointment or something, like they call you honey or sweetheart or whatever.
My baby.
And and then the other thing, as far as real estate goes, I know it is getting more expensive here now, but compared to California, it's cheap.
Oh yes.
It's cheap. This house is a 5-bedroom house, and it cost more than our 2-bedroom condo in LA, like almost double. I mean, almost half. So that was kind of a no-brainer too. And I discovered that I really, really, really like the humidity. LA is like bone dry. I felt like my skin was cracking all the time. My hands were dry. And we came here, and I was kind of afraid of the humidity because everybody bitches about it. But we came here, and I was like, I love it. It's like my parched body was like drinking in all this like liquid. So that was a big one, for me at least.
Yeah, Lavola,
So all those things.
I like YouTube because you put it on the big screen too. We watch Christian Day's show Hex Offenders on the big screen.
And then we actually know more people in New Orleans than we did in LA.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's just
There's that.
lots of reasons to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not happy that it's a red state, but at least New Orleans is as blue as you can get. So
Never
we just,
saw a
we just
Trump
don't
sign.
leave New Orleans.
Not one Trump sign.
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, we had a lot of reasons. It was so fast and easy, unbelievable. I mean, consider it, like, we have never lived anywhere outside of California. I mean, we've gone to different parts of California, but we never left the state. And this was, kind of far. We're driving through like all the red states on the way and stuff, and it was, kind of an intimidating move. And then I had to like look for schools for our son, like all this stuff. But it was just easy. I mean, you know how much more traumatic it was for me to try to make a vaccine appointment compared to moving across the country?
Oh, yeah.
I think it just wants us to be here.
Well, and also we did the housing spell that I have here on YouTube, which is really popular. I did that. I just bumped it up a level. I did it in a way with 3 lodestones. But I only taught that to my students. So you got to take witch school level 1, learn that lodestone
And then
spell.
you also did the river thing offering with Christian that night.
Yeah, well, so yeah, we came here and Christian Dave walked us around town, or we walked. I assume we walked with him. We walked behind him because he struts ahead and he has to have his cloak flowing, and he took us down the river, and it says, okay, you got to make an offering to the Mississippi to accept you into the town, and we'd taken a plane. It's always such a hassle. Especially my left pocket. My left pocket's full of like mojo bags and stones and roots, and that's where all my money is. That's where all my change is. That's my receiving side. So before we left home, I just took all of my change. I never pay with exact change, so I always have a buttload of change in my pocket. So I left it all at home, so I wouldn't have to put it in the bin at the airport. So I didn't have a coin to do this thing at the river, but it just so happened right before we left LA, sitting in a car waiting for Marta at a doctor's appointment, I taught my students in the level 1 class how to trick a dollar bill in hoodoo style. And I actually used my real sigil to do this dollar thing, so it was actually tricked. And that's what I had in my pocket, and 3 lodestones with 3 drops of blood on each one of them. So I wrapped it up wrapped the lodestone in the tricked dollar, made that my offering to the river. So it's much better than a coin would have been anyways.
Yeah. And we looked at several, not a ton of houses, but we looked at several, and this was the one we liked the best. And we got the house. The move was easy. Found a school for our kid. I like the humidity better. I mean, I don't like the hurricanes, but California has fires and earthquakes, so you're basically trading that for hurricanes.
Oh yeah, I got to answer this one.
Yeah.
Forever seeking wisdom. I sure thought I sent something like that out at the beginning of class, but a lot of people miss the memo, and they try and send their homework to Facebook, and I get my communications scattered all over, and I'll be like in a conversation with somebody and not know where I'm having the conversation. So for class, witchschool, WITCHSKEWL @gmail.com. All class stuff, class-related things, witchschool@gmail.com. So I'll be looking forward to your homework. I might even read it. Remember the final we used to have
Yes.
before initiation?
Yes.
And this big written final, and people would work so hard on
I
it.
remember like what I was in. I took one of his classes, or a couple of his classes, and people were like, had so much anxiety. They were just like, oh, I don't know. I remember Crouton was like going nuts over it.
And they'd come up and they'd hand it to me, and I would turn it back around and hand it back to them. And a couple of people just kept handing it, and I said, no, you're not getting it. That was for you, not for me. Actually.
You read?
Martis is the only one I ever read.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you read mine. But yeah,
Yeah.
that was a thing where I said water. What's the thing on water?
What is the
air,
reaction of fire on
steam.
water?
Oh yeah,
and
steam.
What's the reaction of air on water?
But it wasn't like there was a right and wrong. Well,
No.
first of all, I didn't read
There-
it. But
yeah.
secondly, even if you did read it, there's no right or wrong answer. It's what do you think is? What's your interpretation of water and fire joining?
Well, the idea is people are, there's so much anxiety right before initiation, then you give them that test, that's going to stick because of the anxiety that they're experiencing at the time. Those things that they just figured out on the written test, they're never going to forget that.
And then I don't know if you remember this, but one of the questions is like, "What's your personal sigil?"
Oh, yes.
And I did the heart with horns.
Uh-huh. Well, then it was like, what's your public craft name? What's your private craft name? And if you answered that one, you were screwed and you had to get a new private craft name.
Yeah, because you're supposed to say, "I can't tell you."
Like, we did discuss that at the beginning of class.
Yeah.
I'm
Good
an
times.
arrogant bastard.
Yeah. Not that they can
I'm sure
read
it's
that, but
mirrored or something.
yeah, it's probably backwards. But yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
that is true.
So yeah, we're gonna go out to breakfast today, and there's a place, right next to us. They've got tables outside. I'm sure they're really careful, but then I was like, we're so close to the vaccine. I'm not gonna fuck it up now.
Yeah.
It's like I'm getting mine in, a couple days on Thursday. He's getting his second one on the 27th or something.
Mhm.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
I mean, I still don't know which one I'm getting. I mean, if I get Johnson & Johnson, I'll be done. But Moderna, which is what they have been using in the past, that's the longest one that you have to wait. You've got to wait 4 weeks after Moderna and 3 weeks after Pfizer.
Mhm.
So we'll see. I don't care.
Great class on sigils that you directed us to with Father Sebastian. Thank you for that. Yeah. Yeah, he's funny thing is he lived in Hollywood right near us.
We met him.
We met him and just never really like clicked. And I was
Yeah,
like, I rarely ever make an effort. It's like somebody's like, no, I can hang out with that guy. I'm gonna like try and make a connection with that guy, but didn't happen. And then now we're halfway across the country.
And
All of
now
a
he
sudden
calls all the time.
he's my Vam bro now.
Yep.
Or Vamp bro.
Yeah, we had a
Rovan.
mutual friend in LA, and so we met him through her. But yeah,
Yeah.
now he's
Yeah.
not as standoffish as he was.
So yeah, now we're hanging out with vampires, soon werewolves, Frankenstein's monster.
And one thing I'm really happy about too is we're both going to be fully vaccinated by June 1st for sure. And
Hexfest.
no.
Go ahead.
No, not Hexfest. June 1st is our wedding anniversary. And last year we had to, obviously stay in. I mean, we had a chip, that, I
Yes.
threw up later, but it wasn't a big deal. But yeah, we want to go to the Vampire Cafe, and it's on a Tuesday. I mean, it's not like I doubt we have to make reservations, but we were looking at their menu, and they've got some good shit. Remember the fried deviled eggs?
Yeah.
The burger that you liked? I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna get shrimp and grits or something.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that because I didn't think we'd be able to celebrate our wedding anniversary for another year this year.
Some of the drinks are in
Yeah, they're
IV bags.
they're like blood type drinks. I mean, I don't think you have to be a certain blood type,
Yeah,
if you,
yeah.
but they have like O, A, B, A, B, all the blood types.
It's like an IV
And-
bag with a little straw in it.
Yeah, and you can take it with, like, you can either order it there or you could just take it to go, because New Orleans, you can have all your alcohol to go if you want.
I would totally want to walk down
You
the
could
street
walk
one of
around
those.
with it, yeah.
But I'd probably be drinking an IPA, so
Yeah, I
they
could
probably
make
don't put those in there.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited.
So at first I was like looking for a bunch of restaurants and stuff because we just haven't had a lot of time to explore New Orleans before we started locking down. So I was looking at all these places and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just go to the Vampire Cafe. They just opened on January 1st, They are planning on eventually being open 24 hours, but right now it's 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., which is, fine.
Yes.
Did we decide what we're doing with Sasha?
We
Oh
might-
yeah,
might
we're
have
gonna
that.
ask. We're gonna ask Fallon.
Yeah.
Because it's on a that's one of the only problems with, like, needing a babysitter on the weekend is if you ask friends and stuff, a lot of them aren't gonna do it because they have their own plans. But this is on a Tuesday, and just have her come over, fill the fridge with what she likes, and she can just do her work from our house, use our Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Sasha's pretty self-contained, but I still don't just want to leave him for hours at night.
Yes.
So.
Well, I think it's about time. We've got to go do homeschool stuff. Thank you all for coming to the State of Fucking Home Show on YouTube for the first time. Bunch of different people. We've been doing the State of Fucking Home Show on Facebook. It was 7 days a week, and then we went 6 days a week. But I've been doing it for almost a year now. Just hanging out with people and talking about totally stupid stuff. I mean, there was one time Marta went for like a half an hour about toilet brushes. And people doing toilet brush reviews in the background, and some people even bought the toilet brush that she recommended, and products that you were thinking about.
And I'm not selling
Selling them,
anything.
yeah.
It's not like I get a cut or anything, but I was just talking about and this was in the beginning, like when we first started locking down. Now we don't really talk about that kind of practical stuff, but in the beginning I was like, okay, I want to plan a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna get goats for milk, and I had all these plans to just not leave the house for however
She really was
long.
going to do the goat thing.
I really was.
That was the thing.
Yeah. But, I decided not to. But eventually it just morphed into not talking about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, I was just sharing
Well, in the
how we're
beginning,
doing it.
it's probably going to show up in our memories soon. We
Yeah.
were new here, and every bug wanted to eat us. So we started, probably the first month of shows, we looked like we were meth heads. We had scabs everywhere. We're constantly itching.
I had
and
I had scabs all the way up my forearm.
gnarly.
It was crazy.
Now we've they're either used to us or we're used to them now.
Yeah.
But it's everything wanted to eat us. But thanks for coming, and I guess we'll probably be doing this on YouTube for at least a little while, unless we just
Yeah.
decide we like doing it this way in the first place.
Not on Wednesdays, and
on Wednesdays.
possibly not this Thursday because
Possibly
of my vaccine appointment. But we're gonna play that by ear. But tomorrow for sure we'll be here.
So you Facebook people, just look for the link. We've found another way to bypass my Facebook jail. Thanks to YouTube.
Yeah. Thanks,
Good
YouTube.
old YouTube. Thanks, YouTube. All right, y'all. Stay safe.
Bye.
Stay the fucking home if you can. And whenever I
they're
say
coming.
that, the dogs get really excited because they know it's walk time.
They know, all right, y'all, and stay safe, and just certain things that he just said. That's it. So they know that they're next for the walk.
What up,
Azzy.
buddy? What up, you big-headed beast? Huh? Show me your head.
Azzy's bigger than
Azzy.
Joe.
Azzy, say bye to the people. You gonna say bye to the people? Oh my God, it's chaos over here. I'm telling you. They really want to go for a walk. All right, bye. Stay safe. That's that stuff. Marry me, marry part, marry me again. All those things. Okay.